It was in 1904. All Wales was aflame. The nation had drifted far from God. The spiritual conditions were low indeed. Church attendance was poor, and sin abounded on every side. Suddenly, like an unexpected tornado, the Spirit of God swept over the land. The churches were crowded so that multitudes were unable to get in. Meetings lasted from 10 in the morning until 12 at night. 3 definite services were held each day. Evan Roberts was the human instrument, but there was very little preaching. Singing, testimony, and prayer were the chief features. There were no hymn books. They had learnt the hymns in childhood. No choir for everybody sang, no collection, and no advertising. Nothing had ever come over Wales with such far-reaching results. Infidels were converted, drunkards, thieves, and gamblers saved, and thousands reclaimed to respectability. Confessions of awful sins were heard on every side. Old debts were paid. The theater had to leave for want of patronage. Mules in the coal mines refused to work, being unused to kindness. In 5 weeks, 20,000 joined the churches. In the year 1835, Titus Koyan landed on the shore belt of Hawaii. On his first tour, multitudes flocked to hear him. They thronged him, so that he had scarcely time to eat. Once he preached 3 times before he had a chance to take breakfast. He felt that God was strangely at work. In 1837, the slumbering fires broke out. Nearly the whole population became an audience. He was ministering to 15,000 people. Unable to reach them, they came to him and settled down to a 2 years camp meeting. There was not an hour, day or night, when an audience of from 2,000 to 6,000 would not rally to the signal of the bell. There was trembling, weeping, sobbing, and loud crying for mercy, sometimes too loud for the preacher to be heard. And in hundreds of cases, his hearers fell in a swoon. Some would cry out, "The two-edged sword is cutting me to pieces." The wicked scoffer who came to make sport dropped like a dog and cried, "God has struck me." Once while preaching in the open field to 2,000 people, a man cried out, "What must I do to be saved?" and prayed the publican's prayer, and the entire congregation took up the cry for mercy. For half an hour, Mr. Colling could get no chance to speak, but had to stand still and see God work. Quarrels were made up, drunkards reclaimed, adulterers converted, and murderers revealed and pardoned. Thieves returned stolen property, and sins of a lifetime were renounced. In 1 year, 5,244 joined the church. There were 1,705 baptized on one Sunday, and 2,400 sat down at the Lord's table, once sinners of the blackest type, now saints of God. And when Mr. Colling left, he had himself received and baptized 11,960 persons.